RC-1207 Civ. Star Wars Republic Commando follows Delta Squad on missions throughout the Clone Wars, with Delta 07 Civ as a squad sniper. Hello and welcome to Centurions Corner, and today we are reviewing from Star Wars The Black Series and the Gaming Greats line, the Star Wars Republic Commando RC-1207 Civ. Now this guy's taken a little while to come out. I've seen him kind of coming out in spits and spats across the globe, to be honest with you, and I managed to only find this one in the UK on Zavvi. But yeah, looking pretty cool. I mean, he does look a little bit lacking. Just looking at him straight away, there's no weathering on him. He just looks a little bit plain. So that obviously is opening the doors for a future video here. But anyway, looking at the actual window display, looking pretty cool with the light blue transcending around with Sev on the side here. On the back we have his bio and Sev once again, and here's number 11 in the Gaming Greats. So I guess without further ado, just crack this bad boy open. So here he is in his blister pack. Obviously no extra accessories, but there's a lot of empty plastic at the top here. And let's take him out for our first impressions. I can't imagine there's any difference really from the other Republic Commando and Hunter and stuff, but yeah, he's looking pretty cool. We know what the body's like, we know what it's capable of, and we'll go and put it through his paces and we see you in a minute. Been away, we've taken his pictures, and what can I say about this guy from the outset? Well, to be honest, it is exactly the same as the Republic Commando before and Hunter, and I love those bodies. You know, I know a lot of people don't, but I like those bodies, and this guy is what he is, to be honest with you. The only thing that really lets him down, it's probably what you're looking at straight away, is his paintwork. Unfortunately, it's not that great, but we'll go through that as we go through the review. And he comes with two accessories. One is his RC blaster kind of sniper, and then obviously his backpack, which, can you give it accessory? I mean, it's just what the guy needs, to be honest with you. But looking at the actual blaster itself, again, you've got the details in there, it holds it quite nicely, and we got this extra kind of attachment on here to make it like a sniper. It's not removable, unfortunately. I kind of would like it to be like an extra attachment, so underneath you had the old original barrel. So this is like the original. It is painted with gunmetal, that's why it's a little bit more, but it's exactly the same on there. So it would have been kind of nice that you just fit this bit on the top, but yeah, it is just a single mold, unfortunately. With that, on the other side as well, there's no kind of ammo cartridge sort of sticking out, and the detail isn't okay, but there's no peg, so again, you can't fit this onto his backpack, unfortunately. Looking at the backpack itself, yeah, it is coloured with the red, it is coloured with grey, and we've got silver painted on here with a little bit of weathering, but unfortunately I haven't taken into the sculpt again about these weathering marks that are all over it and the digital display. So all these bits are over painted, and where there's no scorch marks they just put these horrible white lines over the top of it, which is a shame, to be honest. Apart from this bit, it looks okay for weathering, I guess, but there's no sort of browning or dirt or anything over the top of it. It is plugged in on the back with the kind of T sort of knob as it sits in the back, and it's kind of not, well, it's nice and stiff, it's not loose as like some backpacks that we've had in previous times. So looking at the figure, we can go through his articulation, and basically he's the same before. So left, right, he can look down this far, he can look up this far. He's got sort of a bit of swagger in the top of his head, and he's got lower neck movement as well. He's got full rotation around on the arm, but it's obviously hindered by his shoulder bell here. He can come up to this far. He has got a butterfly joint in there, but it's very stiff on mine. Checking on the old Republic one, because I was make sure I wasn't going crazy. There is a butterfly joint in there, but it's just super stiff. There's slightly a tiny bit of movement. Rotation here at the arm, and it comes up to about more than 90 on that one hinge. Rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a rotation, and it's also on a hinge. I'll get my words out in a minute. Right, so he can go left, he can go right, he can look down this far, he can look back this far. Leg-wise, can pop out this way, which is pretty cool, to be honest. Forward and back, upper thigh rotation. We have a single knee joint here, which is more than 90, and the rotation at the knee as well. And then we have a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. So all in all, the articulation is there. It's what we know and love, to be honest, with the Black Series figures there. So it's no anything extra or anything less. But looking at the figure itself, is kind of like where he falls a little bit sort of soft, unfortunately. And this is where I feel like Hasbro need to up their game. If they're making these figures a little bit more than what they originally should sell at, and even for like an exclusive as well, you know, put an extra bit of effort into the paintwork. You know, it just baffles me where they don't do it. But looking at online as well, because obviously we're going to look to upgrade this figure, and there's so many illustrations of this figure out there, it's really hard to tell what is right and what is wrong. So I can see sort of Hasbro's frustrations there. So here we have like the red sort of splodge on his head. In some illustrations it looks like a hand wipe, others look like it's completely covered, and they're kind of just gone on a little bit of an off on here. And I have ever seen pictures of this kind of figure paintwork on sort of that artwork as well. Looking down at his sort of chest part, we've got all this like light grey with a bit of scuffle on here. On the side we have blue. Again, in some illustrations it's almost not even there. Some is white. Even up here on this part up here is like a white shoulder sort of part that separates from these bits. So it is a bit weird when you're looking at these figures, or looking at the paintwork as well, like especially looking for reference, that there's so many different ways of looking at it. On the back we've got the blue again. The red goes all the way up his back and splodges up here and around on his bum and around on the sides here, but there's nothing on the front. It's completely white. Looking down on the legs, we've got this sort of like tiger stripes on this sort of side and that side, pretty much identical, and then down on the red, but the red doesn't splodge up to the kneecaps and whatnot, and there's no extra kind of weathering in there, or even just kind of like white lines just to give it off a little bit of scuffing in the red like we have on the backpack. Got a little bit more weathering on the leg here and a little bit down here, but I just think like why bother. On the arms we've got the red parts around on the side. Again, this part's missing because obviously it's a hunter body where his knife sheath should be, and then red around on this side. So all in all, I mean, they have gone out there, they have done the actual sort of paintwork on the guy initially, but I just feel sorry for the guys out there that, you know, this is going to be your Sev, and this is how he looks. I mean, obviously we did do Boss at one stage and actually sort of upgraded him, so I will be doing the same for this figure, so stay tuned for that. Just subscribe and ding the bell so you get a notification, because I will try and do it soon, to be honest with you, because I can't keep looking at this guy where he looks a bit like he just needs a little bit of TLC, doesn't he? He just needs a little bit of care. So thank you so much for joining me on this one. Don't forget, again, ding that bell and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and obviously you don't want to miss every single episode. And if you don't watch every episode, that's fine, you don't have to, but just staying as a fan is great to me. Don't forget to like. You can follow me on Instagram, which is in the description down below, and obviously I've got a Zavvi code on there where I actually picked up this guy. They don't pay for me, but it's the only place where I actually found this guy online. So thank you so much, don't forget, and I'll see you next time. Bye.